you had a copy of Super Contra on NES, and Mike brings this game to a game convention, to TooManyGames, and he was doing live gameplay in front of the audience, and I was off doing a signing at my table, and for the end of your playthrough, you brought me over and to play Super Contra. So I played it from the beginning to end, and I didn't think much special was going to happen. We weren't recording it or anything like that because it's you know,
it was just a quick thing for the convention, something in front of the audience. We thought it would be cool. And
yeah, like, hey everybody, I'm going to play Super Contra. Here we go, and I just start playing it. And first of all, the game's glitching, like where the boss characters for some reason would disappear. They'd go invisible. Like there's a part in the game toward the end where the ceiling is dropping on you and it keeps going up and down and down. And something was happening there where like the floor kept disappearing, where you couldn't see the pits, you couldn't see what you were jumping over. Also, if you remember that part at the end of stage 5, I believe, there's that shower of lasers, that thing that goes back and forth, and it just shoots, it just rains lasers down at you.
But he was doing it and it was invisible.
It was invisible, so you couldn't see the lasers, you couldn't see... I don't remember if it was you couldn't see the lasers or you couldn't see the guns, but whatever it was like this added challenge of playing this game, and I was already doing it with no code. You know, like there's the famous Konami code. Well, they changed the code up on that game, but I've always never been that much into the code because I always try to beat the Contra games, myself. And you get a lot of extra lives as you go on anyway. But anyway, on top of all this, I cut my thumb earlier that day, so there was like a paper cut I had.
That's right.
Nobody in the whole convention has Band-Aids. I'm like, I had like one Band-Aid that was like coming off, and when I was playing the game, imagine you know how hard it is to play a game with a Band-Aid over your thumb, because you know when you're using the D-pad, it's like you need the accuracy of you can't have like a Band-Aid on your thumb. So halfway through I'm like, okay, this is fine. I'm just gonna take the Band-Aid off, and whatever. But then like the wound opens up and then I'm bleeding all over the controller. So as we're playing, I have to keep pausing and then wiping the blood off. And actually a fan came and brought me some Band-Aids and something to wipe it off with, because I was like, does anybody have like a paper towel or something? Like anybody? And we're like, and people are running all over the convention trying to help me. Like, does anybody have a Band-Aid or anything? So I'm playing the game on top of like wiping blood off the controller and the game glitching up. It became the most intense game of Super Contra I ever played. And luckily I think somebody recorded some of the footage in the audience. At the end of the game, I was on my last life fighting an invisible boss, and I'm just playing like my life depended on it, and then I beat it like on that last life.
Yeah, and by the way, the whole time I was standing like above James, and I was watching the whole thing happen, and it was amazing because like the rest of the audience was there, but I was on the stage, so I was the only person that could actually see your hand, and I saw you like bleeding, like it was not good.
It like got to a point where like it was like, okay, I just need to keep going with it, and then it was like I wasn't expecting to beat the game like in that condition and with the glitches and everything going on, but it just happened. It happened so perfectly on that last life where it was like anything could happen, and it was like somebody wrote it. Like it wasn't even real. It was like it's like a movie. Like when you know how it's always that last point. Like it
was like a movie.
Like I'm trying to think of like
if you had 3 lives left, it wouldn't have been a good story.
Yeah, like Teen Wolf. Doesn't he make
like the last shot?
He shoots the basket. It's like the last point, or like Rocky. It's the last round, and then he punches out Ivan Drago at like the last second.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the way it goes. But real life, it doesn't always go that way.